boy, Henny the boy, reporting live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing? And hey, I was gonna talk to y'all, and I still am. You know, I'm still get to some of the cap casualties around the league, some of the people that we can add in and make the team better with that done got they jobs took it from them. But Stephen Jones done rubbed me the wrong way today. Stephen Jones was at the combine talking. Stephen Jones was at the combine running his mouth, speaking on different things and such. So I'm gonna discuss some of that shit before we get too deep into the content. So we'll start with the Stephen Jones stuff, and then we'll go over there, and then we'll discuss some of these cap casualties that can help the Dallas Cowboys in 2024. So yeah, man. But y'all know the usual rules and regulations when y'all tap in with your independent content creators, man. First and foremost, when y'all slide in over here, man, make sure that y'all hit that like button. The more likes that you get on a YouTube video, man, the more that these platforms will support the content. After you hit that like button, I need you to turn right back around and hit that share button, man. Because sharing is caring, first and foremost. And in the liquor store, we believe in manifestation, man. So if you want the Dallas Cowboys to manifest that 6th championship in 2024, y'all know what y'all need to do, man. Y'all need to share the content 6 times, and you need to drop 6 emojis. And listen, we ain't doing nothing in 2023 because we went one and done for the umpteenth time. So we didn't get an opportunity or a chance to do it the right way. So we're gonna get a head start this year. So if you want the Dallas Cowboys to win title number 6, share the content 6 times and drop 6 emojis. And listen, when you share, it ain't gotta be to nobody you even like. You ain't gotta like the motherfucker. They share the content. It could be to a co-worker, a friend of me, a op, a family member, a pastor, a sinner. It do not matter. Just share the content 6 times. Miss Regina Green in the building, helping us practice manifestation. Salute to you. My boy Lamont in the building. What's up with you, man? Thank you for tapping in and rocking with us. Demetrius Adams in the building, man. I see you with the 6 shot glasses. Sugar Daddy Williams, what's up with you, man? They were tapping in and showing love to the content. Let's see who else in the building, man. Yeah, run those likes and those shares up for your boy, man. Lamont, I see you helping us practice manifestation in the liquor store, man. Salute to you. Thank you for rocking with me. My boy DC for Life Texas in the building, man. What's up with you? Thank you for coming in and showing love to the platform, man. Salute to you. So, hey, so y'all done hit that like button. Y'all done hit that share button. The next thing I need y'all good people to do, man, is to slap the shit out of a Washington Commanders fan, man. To slap the shit out of a Washington Commanders fan, man. And, hey, I know they've been doing all this conniving, all this trying to steal players, trying to steal coaches. You know, we feel that Dan Quinn and sabotage us on the way out the door. So because of all that, he said drinking Crown as you speak. Hey, man, let's get it. Jose Banks, what's up with you, man? But yeah, because of all that little shiesty shit they've been doing, man, if you find one, you're able to slap the shit out one, I will be able to give you half off on all the merchandise inside the liquor store. And you know, we got exactly what you need to succeed over here, man. We got cow burritos, we got gin, we got hen, and everything else under the sun that can make you sin. So tap in with your boy, Henny the Moore, and come get drunk in the liquor store, man. Salute to y'all. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and let's get into the nitty-gritty of the content, man. Y'all also know though, if you want to support, y'all can hit the Cash App or the Super Chat. Cash App is $ Henny the Moore. I'll also pin it to the top in case you want to support. Boom, for donations. And then you can also send super chats and super stickers because the page is monetized, thank God. But now that we got all that out the way, we done got the rat killing out the way, we done paid the bills, let's go ahead and dive head first into this content, man. Bruce got the toxic juice in the building, man. What's up with you? I see you got the 6 running, man. Running into the liquor store, get your order placed in. Salute to you. All right, so let's go ahead, man. Let's start, man, with Stephen Jones. Let's start with the Stephen Jones stuff. So let's start with this, because this didn't piss me off like the rest of the stuff he was saying pissed me off. So this is actually one of those moments when, you know, people say a broke clock is right twice a day, right? So this is one of those moments. This is one of the moments twice a day that Stephen Jones is right about something. So they said EVP Stephen Jones at Combine on if he prefers Tyler Smith to stay at left guard. That remains to be seen. It's starting to feel like Larry Allen all over again. Can dominate at guard or tackle. His versatility certainly brings options to the table in terms of how we look at this team moving forward. Right? So, hey, guess what? I can agree with that for multiple reasons. Because, hey, there has been plenty of times where people have gotten hurt, and I have begged the Dallas Cowboys to move Tyler Smith back to the tackle position. Etta Lockhart, part of the Landlord Raid, man. Shout out to my brother Landlord for coming in and showing love and support. Joe Chanchina, part of the Landlord Raid as well, man. Salute to you. James Simmons, what's up with you, man? Thank y'all for sliding over and rocking out, showing love to the platform. Salute to y'all, man. And salute to my brother Landlord. He said, his versatility certainly brings, yeah. So listen, he was a great tackle even before he became an all-pro guard. Now, if we're talking about money, if we're talking about his agent, if we're talking about what he'll probably do now because he got an accolade and he knows that voters will vote him in as an all-pro guard, odds are he'll stay at guard if he has any say in the matter, right? If he has any say in the matter, then he'll stay at guard, right? Because at this point, it's hard to make these all-pro selections, right? If you're not somebody that they adore, if you're not a media darling, if you're not all this other stuff, it's hard to get these votes to make it to these all-pro teams. You know, that's why, despite the fact Dak Prescott has been in the league 8 years and has had great seasons, he's only got one all-pro selection. It's very hard. That's why there's more stock put in all-pro selections than there are Pro Bowl selections, because Pro Bowl is partly fan voting, right? So it's very hard to get these all-pro selections. So because he's already been named an all-pro guard, he'll be paid more as an all-pro guard than he would be being a Pro Bowl tackle. He'll get more money being an all-pro guard than he will be being a good tackle, right? If he doesn't get that all-pro accolation, all-pro fame, he won't really get that kind of bread being a tackle. So Tyler Smith and his agent moving forward, I can see him wanting to stay as a guard. I can see him wanting to stay as a guard because, hey, if it was even, if he was a regular ass guard and a regular ass tackle, he would vouch to be a regular ass tackle. But because he is an absolute beast, he's been classified as one of the best to do it at the guard position, he'll stay at guard because the top guards should make more than average tackles. And that's just what it is. I'm not saying that he's a scrub at the tackle. I'm just saying if you're not a Pro Bowl level or all-pro tackle, you're not going to get the same accolades. Yeah, he should be the left guard for years and years and years to come. Hey, Splendor Poppy, my boy, what's up with you? They were tapping in and showing love. Elena Walker in the building. What's up with you? They were tapping in and showing love to the platform. Salute to you. So yeah, man, I can see it. Tricks, what's up, man? They were tapping in. But yeah, man, I could definitely see why he say Larry Allen. Larry Allen was like that. And hey, Tyler Smith is also a physical specimen. I don't know if he's as freakishly strong as Larry Allen, because I don't know if anybody is really as strong as Larry Allen. But everything else checks out. He has versatility. He has a mean streak. He blows people off the point of attack. Like, he is a damn good. Thank y'all. He is a damn good guard. He's a damn good guard, and he can be a damn good tackle if he chooses to do so. So, hey, I started off with that because I'm finna crucify Stephen Jones. You know, I started off with some shit that I agreed with him with. You know, it was a little light way to start the show, and now I'm finna obliterate his ass because I didn't like none of the other stuff he said. Hey, Trey G, what's up with you, man? Thank you for tapping in. Rocking out with your boy in the liquor store, man. And hey, you're just now coming to the liquor store. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit the share button. Make sure y'all hit that cash app, that super chat. And make sure the most important thing you do is slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, man. So let's go ahead. I'm finna be upset all over again. And let's just start. He was talking about the culture of the Dallas Cowboys. So let's hear this bullshit. He said, from the organization on down, we feel good about our culture. You shouldn't. You always want to be better. I will say that if your results aren't winning the Super Bowl, I think everybody is saying, how do you ultimately be the last guy standing? But I think overall, between organizationally and between our coach and our personnel department, I think our leadership on our team is outstanding. You've always going. What's up with you, George? Thank you for tapping in and showing love. Again, salute to my brother Landlord, man. No, that's more than my content, brother. That's my boy for real now. He said, but I think overall, between organizationally and between our coach and our personnel department, I think our leadership on our team is outstanding. You're always going to have somebody that's going to say something that might be their particular thought process on why we may have come short. But I don't think, in general, personally, I don't think it's an issue. End the quote. So let me tell you why there's some old bullshit right there. Because culturally speaking, what is the Dallas Cowboys culture? Right? And we're talking about this particular version of the Dallas Cowboys. We're not talking about Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin and Charles Haley and Deion Sanders. We're not talking about them. Their culture is not this culture. This is an entirely different culture. This is not the same culture that Roger Staubach was in and Tony Dorsett, right? This is not the same culture. We're talking about this team's culture. We're not talking about ancient history. We're not talking about the titles won in the 70s before I was born. We're not talking about the titles in the 90s, right? We're talking about the Dallas Cowboys since Stephen Jones, right? Let's talk about when Stephen Jones was a primary factor in this team and in this culture. Because when we were winning titles in the 90s, Stephen Jones, your ass ain't have shit to do with it. There were Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson that made that shit work. Right? Those were the guys that made that shit work. Stephen Jones ain't had nothing to do with it. Stephen Jones is ringless. Stephen Jones ain't like that. So when we talk about the culture of the Dallas Cowboys, since Stephen Jones has been here, what is our culture? You do good in the regular season from time to time. You just recently, when Mike McCarthy got here, consistently started making the playoffs. When Tony Romo was here, God bless his soul, because he went through some shit. When Tony Romo was here, we did not even have a winning culture. Because we had a culture of 6-10, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8. You went almost half a decade of not even having a winning season. So what is the culture of the Dallas Cowboys since Stephen Jones' raggedy bald mouth ass has been a part of this team? What has been the culture of the Dallas Cowboys since this bald head, cue ball looking motherfucker has been part of the Dallas Cowboys? What has been the culture? We have 4 playoff wins since Stephen Jones has been a part of us. And that's been almost 30 years. Stephen Jones and the current culture is not a winning culture. It's not a winning culture, dog. Can we stop? Yeah, listen. I understand. I'm not trying to give other teams passes. Like, fuck all that. But you got to sweep around your own front door before you worry about what other people do. You got to sweep around your own front door before you worry about what other people are doing. And the Dallas Cowboys are a team that hasn't done shit in a very long time. Like, there are players on your team that did not physically see this organization win anything. CeeDee Lamb was born in the 2000s. He don't know shit about the 90s Cowboys. He don't know shit about the 70 Cowboys. Like, he don't know nothing about a winning culture. He ain't seen it. He ain't seen it. Michael Parsons ain't seen it. Dak Prescott wasn't old enough to know what the hell was going on. So I get it. You know, I understand. There's not a bunch of teams that are winning. That's true. But there's still levels to the shit. Right? There's a difference between making a 59 F on your test and making a 0. The Dallas Cowboys are the team that only gets credit for writing their name on the paper. They write their name on the paper. That's all the points they get because they got all the other questions on the damn test wrong. Right? They don't make you any less stupid, right? Just because other folks in the class failed. Just because you point out, hey man, they got F's too. Like, he made a 59, he made a 58. It don't change the fact that you made a 10 on your goddamn test. It don't change the fact that you made a 10 on your damn test just because everybody else in the motherfucker flunked. So sometimes you got to worry about yourself. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, or the Dallas Cowboys a winning culture? The Dallas Cowboys don't have, what are the positive things about the Dallas Cowboys culture? You win a bunch of regular season games sometimes. You know, the last 3 years you won some regular season games. Whoop the goddamn do. You missed the playoffs in 2020. I know Dak Prescott was hurt. 2021, you went one and done. You got upset by the 49ers, even though I did say that was a bad matchup. You beat Tom Brady. I give you maximum points for that. You turn right back around and got spanked by the 49ers again. I understand. And then you got upset at home by the Green Bay Packers this year. So the Dallas Cowboys, you've won one playoff game in the last 4 years. You've won 4 total in almost 30 years. So what I'm saying is the culture ain't good because Stephen Jones acts like that shit is good enough. That's not what I want. That's not what I need. That's not what any of us deserve. That ain't what we deserve as a fan base at all. Like, we can't sit here and act like there's nothing wrong culturally. You are a team culturally that does not care about free agency. You are a team that lowballs your own players. You are a team that publicly drags your own players in a ploy to lower their profitability in the open market. Right? They do the smear campaigns against Dak Prescott. They did smear campaigns against Dez Bryant. You know what? They made Zach Martin have to hold out against his contract. That's your culture. You're a penny pinching loser. That's the fucking culture you have. And we ain't gonna fucking sit here and act like it's anything else. Just because other teams are sorry as fuck doesn't mean I want to be sorry as fuck. That's your culture right now, man. You're sorry. You're sorry as hell. And it's okay because tomorrow's a new day. You might wake up and beat the shit. If you get this offseason together, you get some good free agents, you have a good ass draft, you're not that far away. You're not that far away. But as it stands right now, until you do something substantial, until you sign substantial free agents, until you stop penny pinching and sitting on your hands and waiting for the market to reset before you re-sign your own players, nothing is going to change. We're not going to sit here and act like the culture is good. It's not a good culture. It's a toxic ass culture. The fan base crucifies the players. We got people making fun of your quarterback dead relatives. You got people making fun of your quarterback getting jumped 10 years ago. You got people like, yeah, this is a shitty ass culture. What culture are we talking about? What culture are we talking about? This is the most negative, destructive, man, y'all bullshit. You got a bullshit culture. And the results say you got a bullshit culture. The results say you got a bullshit culture, man. Yeah, like we got a culture that make it okay for your best wide receiver to have a period, to have a period during the first playoff game. His cycle started. So we want to mope and grind and bitch in the biggest game of the year. You want to bitch and throw a temper tantrum in the biggest game of the year. That's the culture you have, man. That's the culture you have. You have a culture where your best pass rusher want to swap jerseys with every motherfucker that he line up and play against. That's the culture you have. You're soft. You want to hold hands. Niggas up here wearing shirts say fuck Dallas underneath they shit, raising up every time they score. And you think it ain't personal. You think shit sweet. You think niggas ain't coming for your head. What are we talking about? Culture sorry as a motherfucker. Talk about you don't see what's wrong with the culture. Like ooh. And it pisses me off and it raises my blood pressure, man. Talk about the culture. Culture are some hoes, man. Like culture are some hoes. Y'all are some fucking hoes. That's the culture. You're on the wrong side of the pimp culture because you're some hoes. You out there on the track, shaking your ass in a G-string. That kind of culture you got in Dallas, nigga. Shit. Talk about you okay with the culture. I understand why Stephen Jones is okay with the culture. He never experienced success. He rides the coattails of his daddy and all the things his daddy accomplished. He the one with the participation awards growing up. He was never really good at shit. The best thing that Stephen Jones ever did would be Jerry Jones' son, nigga. That's the kind of culture that he wants to push. That's why and listen, we all know he never gonna get fired. We all know that he's never gonna lose his little position. So guess what? There's no pressure on him to do better. There's no pressure on him to rise up to the occasion and try to get the Dallas Cowboys over the hump. For what? They profitable. They're profitable. He don't care about that. Listen, he tried to lowball the all-time legend Bobby Wagner. He didn't want to sign Deion Sanders to a contract. He was mad at Jerry Jones about signing the all-time great Deion Sanders to a contract. He didn't want to go get Charles Haley. So what did this man know about a winning culture? He was anti-winning when all the winning was going on. He was anti-winning. He was talking that lame shit. Folks were outside having fun with the PPP money and shit. He was scared to fill out. The damn. That's him. He said they on them Diddy. They on them P Diddy vibes, culture. Man, the culture is losing in Dallas. I'm not talking about Troy Aikman. They had a winning culture. Kudos to them, man. Kudos to Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin and all those boys. They had a winning culture. Kudos to Roger the Dodger and kudos to Tony Dorsett and kudos to the original 88. Like, those guys had a winning culture. They got compilation videos of all the L's we took in the playoffs, man. Since back then. Do y'all remember this was the same team? This was the same team, man, that oof, I'm trying to compose my shit because man. And the reason I'm so adamant about it, man, because before you can fix a problem, you got to admit there's a goddamn problem. Sitting up here and acting like the culture is fine when the players themselves don't even like the culture. Michael Parsons said that the culture needs to change. CeeDee Lamb said the culture needs to change. Right? They talked about their own immaturity and how they need to be better leaders and do this and do that. But you Stephen Jones, who was a glorified, I don't expect Jimmy Johnson to stay very long. Jimmy Johnson don't even got a real position. They spun that Jimmy Johnson story in an attempt to have some positive news come out about the Dallas Cowboys. Like, they spun that Jimmy Johnson news for them to try and have some positive news about the Dallas Cowboys come out. Man, nobody trusts Stephen Jones because all they want to do is lowball people. Matter of fact, I want y'all to understand this. Every time you lose bidding against yourself, you never actually get back on track, right? Because now the Dallas Cowboys will forever be 2 years behind paying Dak Prescott. Henny, what do you mean by that? Henny, what do you mean by that? You waited multiple years to get the Dak Prescott contract done. Dak Prescott first became eligible for a contract in the 2019 season. You waited and made him play on a 1-year deal as a prove-it year. And then after that prove-it year, your franchise tagged him, right? Well, you could have paid him in 2019. He would have probably been making $33 million, right? He would probably be making $33 million. And then 3 years passed by, right? 2020, 2021, 2022. He would have came up for a contract last year when everybody else was getting contracts. And you could have got Dak Prescott for a flat $50 million, right? You could have gave Dak Prescott a contract before all those other people got signed. But guess what? You didn't. So now you're still technically 2 years behind because now you're trying to figure it out this goddamn year. You finna have to pay Dak Prescott going into the 2024 season. So guess what? You never recover from bidding against yourself. You never get back into the market at the right time. Because Dak Prescott would have already been on an extension, already set in with his cap hit, and we worry about other things. Every time that you're late, you never actually make that time up. You'll always be 2 years behind signing Dak Prescott because you waited. You'll always be 2 years behind on Dak Prescott because you didn't sign him at the most opportune time. So guess what? If they continue to do stupid stuff, they continue to shoot themselves in the foot, they continue to do this, why should I have faith in the Dallas Cowboys? What have they given me to be hopeful for? What have they given me to be hopeful for, to have faith in them and trust the culture and trust the process? What the fuck have they done? Exactly, bro. Dak Prescott contract ballooned because you waited. They waited. Shit. What have they done for me to say we trust the culture? We trust their ability to ascertain veteran talent. We trust their ability to win in the postseason. We trust their ability to consistently put teams. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Shit. Them nigga done read my blood pressure up, man. Like Stephen Jones himself does not know the first thing about a winning culture. Because Stephen Jones, when the winning was going on, you tried to derail the winning. When the winning was going on, you were trying to stop the winning from happening. Because you were worried about the bottom line. You were worried about the contracts. You were worried about this. You were worried about that. You were worried about every damn thing except for the product on the football field. He said, I'm not confident, bro. I'll have to wait to see it to believe from here on, man. Ain't nothing to wait on. Ain't nothing to wait on. Because y'all heard the same thing I heard when he was out there talking crazy, man. Y'all heard the same thing I heard. Oh, man, Jerry Jones, I never know a year where Jerry ain't trying to go all in. We all in every year. Nah, shut up, man. You ain't all in. You sent your quarterback out there with Deontay Thomas and Allen Hurns and a rookie Michael Gallup and told him to make it work. Y'all got rid of Dez Bryant when Dak Prescott was on a rookie deal. Y'all got rid of Amari Cooper for a 5th-round pick and signed the injured Michael Gallup. Y'all ain't been all in. You ain't never been all in. He said, keep preaching, Henny. This is a perfect pregame pump. Man, listen. The culture is not a good culture. The culture that's in place is not the same culture that was in place in the 90s. The culture that's in place is not the same culture that was in place in the 70s. This is not a culture that's conducive for football even. Right? This not even a good culture for football. Like I give Dak Prescott credit for being successful and listening to the noise and having a meddling front office and them not believing in him and betting against him and all this other stupid stuff that they do. I give him brownie points for that. Because I feel a bunch of our players when they leave, or if they leave, will be successful elsewhere. It's in cultures and with coaches and with front offices that care about winning. Just like everybody else leaves and are successful because they go to winning cultures. They go to winning cultures and they have more success. The same exact players we have in Cowboys blue with a star on their head go elsewhere and they thrive and they're good and they succeed and they can focus on football and they talk about how it's a different atmosphere. Right? Brandon Cooks, Stephon Gilmore. Like that's the culture right there. You got the leader of your defense saying they tired, boss. We tired. You know, we tired, man. Brandon Cooks said, I don't know what the hell that means. Stephon Gilmore said, I don't know what he's talking about. Because they came from a winning culture. They came from a culture where you hold your nuts and you get the job done, man. Shout out to my boy, Danny Savage for the $10 cash app, man. Appreciate you for the love and support, man. Thank you for rocking with your boy, man. He said the losing culture is okay with Dallas. They make their millions. Exactly, man. Like, you got a culture of doing just enough to get by. That's your culture. You do just enough to get by because you know. Matter of fact, let me ask you a question. Since we talk about the culture. If a team had an all-pro quarterback and then they didn't win with that quarterback, but the next guy they brought in happened to turn to an all-pro quarterback and they didn't win with him either, is that a good organizational? Is that not an organizational failure? Did the organization do right? Because it's hard to find a decent quarterback, but you had back-to-back all-pro quarterbacks and you still can't win. We talk shit about the Green Bay Packers for only winning two Super Bowls with Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. We had Tony Romo and Dak Prescott and got 4 playoff wins. Is that not an organizational failure? Is that not an organizational failure? Like, it's hard to even find decent quarterbacks. You found quarterbacks that they said their ceiling was the second best in the league, and you still couldn't win with them. That's an organizational failure. So if you're failing as an organization, how the hell can you have a good culture? Put it together. Make it make sense for me. Make it make sense for me. So no, Stephen Jones, you don't have a good culture. You were trying to derail the winning when we were winning, Stephen. So what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Willie T, my boy, what's up with you, man? Yeah, I had to go on a rant because Stephen Jones rubs me the wrong way. Stephen Jones rubs me the wrong way because Stephen Jones don't know nothing about culture. He don't know anything about a winning culture. He tried to sabotage the 90s Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys would not have won 3 in 4 years. It was up to Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones tried to stop them from making all the moves that needed to happen in the 90s. He tried to stop the Shaw. He tried to stop the Deion Sanders stuff. He tried to stop all the stuff. He tried to stop all the fun from happening. He said Stephen Jones is now the captain of this Titanic Cowboy ship of fools that they say even God cannot sink. Playing with God is exactly why he sunk the Titanic. He said, you know you don't have leaders on defense when all of them say something different as to why we lost. Man, I'll say this. I just think that DeMarcus Lawrence needs better media training. I don't even know if he really believed the shit he said. I think they caught him at a bad time and he said some wild shit. I hope that's what was the case. Because Michael Parsons didn't agree with him. Brandon Cooks didn't agree with him. Stephon Gilmore didn't agree with him. Man, George, thank you for the support, man. My boy said he just subbed to the page. He's trying to help me get to that 2K. And hey, man, if anybody on here has not subbed to HTM Sports, if you ain't joined in with the liquor store, man, if you ain't came over, make sure y'all hit that sub button. We're trying to get to 2,000 subs. And yeah, man, we just been grinding, been pushing, been trying to elevate. I love making this content. I know Stephen Jones done run my blood pressure up. I know I had to cuss him out and talk about his shortcomings and how he has added to my heartbreak and my headaches and all this other stuff across these multiple years. But I do love making content, and I do appreciate y'all for supporting me making this content, man. So thank y'all. Thank y'all for everything. Said Micah said he was fine with the way he played versus Green Bay. He said Team 8 billion can only hurt the Joneses in the pocket. I know. And it's hard, man. It's hard to get them to care. It's hard to get Steven to care anyway. I think Jerry cares, but I also think that Jerry, in his advanced age, he doesn't have the power that he used to have within this organization. He's over 80 years old, man. Jerry just does not have the power he used to have. But let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about some of these folks. Matter of fact, let me get me something to drink, and then we'll talk about it. So y'all give me 2 seconds. I gotta get me a beverage. In the meantime, I'm finna just play this little countdown video. I'll be back before then, so y'all be looking at no blank screen. But yeah, let me go get a beverage. I'll be right back. And we're back. All right. See, that didn't hurt long at all, man. So let's go ahead and talk about some cap casualties that might be able to help the Dallas Cowboys in the 2024 season. So let me start with this one. So the Dallas Cowboys are releasing Laken Tomlinson the New York Jets are releasing Laken Tomlinson to say $8.1 million against the cap in the 2024 season. He said, "Hey, Henny, I take blood pressure pills, thanks to Stephen Jones. I never had blood pressure problems, and after watching the Cowboys last 5 years, I'm on medication." It be like that, man. It be like that. So let's talk about this Laken Thompson fellow. Let's talk about Laken Tomlinson. So he is a guard, so he is an interior player. Now, we have guards, right? We got TJ Bass. We have Tyler Smith. We have Zach Martin. I get it. But what I am saying, though, if you don't bring like a King of the Hill character, yeah, man. So if we don't bring Tyron Smith back, what I think has happened, I think Tyron Smith is going to be a Dallas Cowboy in 2024. We'll just talk about hypotheticals right now and how he will fit on this team. If you don't bring Tyron back and you want to bring Laken Tomlinson in and kick Tyler Smith back out, right? 'Cause we just talked about him being Larry Allen. We talked about the versatility. We talked about him being able to be dominant at both spots. Even though I think money-wise, he would want to stay at the guard position. But let's say you wanted to kick Tyler Smith back out to the left tackle, then you could plug and play Laken Tomlinson at that spot. Now, he had some down years with the Jets. He did. I'm not sitting here acting like his most recent tape was the best in the world. But when he played for the dreaded 49ers, he graded out great. Right, he graded out great playing along other good offensive linemen. I believe most of his struggles might have been. He said, "Solid guard. I see them not picking up Beckham year 5 in Jets." It's a possibility they don't. But when he played with the 49ers, he graded out well. Matter of fact, let me pull it up on PFL so y'all see. Because I'm going to tell you beforehand, his shit with the Jets, it didn't look good, man. Like he was getting worked. He went outside. But if you put him in Dallas and you allow him to play, you allow him to play with these other good offensive linemen, allow him to play on a line that has a Zach Martin, that'll have a healthy Terrence Steele, that'll have a healthy and dominant Tyler Smith. He might be pretty damn good. So let me go ahead and pull this up. All right, so this is his seasons by year. So he came in, and just for context, he was a first round pick by the Detroit Lions. All right, so he played 2 years in Detroit. Right, graded out as a 69.2 and a 58.3. Then he went to San Francisco, graded out as a 66.4, 67.9 as a pass blocker, 64.5 as a run blocker, a 67.5 in 2018, 74.1 as a pass blocker, 64.2 as a run blocker, 64.7 in 2019, a 78.8 in 2020. And matter of fact, 2019 was the year they went to the Super Bowl. Right, so he was on that team that went to the Super Bowl, and he was on that offensive line that beat the shit out of us in 2021. Right, he graded out as a 75.9. He was blowing us out the ball, wasn't he? So yeah, so like he had some good years under his belt. He just didn't. Damn, I did it again. I be forgetting when I put these overlays up that y'all can't see what's behind it. I be doing the crazy stuff. Yeah, Trey. Hey, appreciate you for reminding me. But yeah, man. So if you look at these, he's had some good seasons when he played with the 49ers. It's just these last 2 years with the Jets, he looked like a Jet out there playing. He fit in with the Jets. He didn't play well. He had his worst year with the Jets. So my question is, did he have a bad season because he's falling off of a cliff, or did he have a bad season because he was playing with a bunch of, Joe Schmoes in New York? Like, I don't really have the answer for that. That involves film work, but he's basically a marshal at this point. In the words of Boss Cowboy, salute the Boss Cowboy, by the way. But he's a guy older, but he got a bunch of he has a bunch of talent, first round pedigree, and he has shown to play good football when you put him on around other good offensive linemen. So the Dallas Cowboys, they do have good offensive linemen, and even if you don't want him to start, he is still a better option out there than Chuma Edoga. I would definitely take him over Chuma Edoga. Would y'all not? Like, I think you would like him over Chuma Edoga to be somebody to come in as a depth piece along the offensive line. That can't give Tyron 15 plus million. He misses 10 plus games, 1 million a game. Think he went to Kentucky. He said every O-line beats our ass, which is true. Because we've had a hard time trying to stop the run, man. My boy 434 Cowboy said, sorry I'm late, but what's up, Henny and Cowboys Nation? Hey, man, you ain't missed nothing but a rant. I just had to go on a rant to start the show. I just had to go on a rant about the culture, how the Dallas Cowboys culture needs to change, because you ain't got no winning culture. And I'm not talking about when we had a winning culture, because we obviously had a winning culture in the 90s. We obviously had a winning culture in the 70s. You don't have that no more. Those guys are retired. Some of them have went on to glory. Like, you can't claim bodies you ain't catch, man. You can't be out here claiming bodies you ain't catch. And I feel that like that's an issue. Like, we talk about the Dallas Cowboys culture, and we try to include stuff that other players want around for. They want around for the glory days. to Udoga, Ball, Walesko, all looking like buzz, and Austin Richards having UDFA play over him, not a good look. I agree with that, and I listen. I like some of the stuff I seen from Austin Richards during preseason, and I like some of the things from training camp. But dog, like the fact they won't even play the man could either mean two things. Either they really, really, really like him and they want to protect him, or he really, really, really is sorry and they're trying to protect themselves from looking goofy for drafting him. It could go either way with the front office. It could go either way. But yeah, man. So bringing in Laken Tomlinson. What are y'all thoughts about adding Laken Tomlinson to the Dallas Cowboys? And it doesn't matter what role, because he can be a backup guard. He could be a backup, he could be a starter. It doesn't matter. I feel like he's better than somebody on this team. And if you're better than somebody on this team, that means I'm willing to give you an opportunity to play. Right? It doesn't matter if he's better than. It doesn't matter if he's better, if not better than T.J. Bass or Zach Martin or Tyler Smith. Is he better than Chuma Edoga? Is he better than Walesko and Ball and some of these other scrubs and lackluster players that we have? So, would y'all want to get somebody like Laken Tomlinson, who has playoff success, who's helped man an offensive line that been to a Super Bowl, that helped man an offensive line that's won plenty of playoff games, right? Would you want to have somebody like that on your team? And it doesn't have to be on a scale. It's a yes or no question. You can put a Y for yes in the chat box or an N for no. In fact, I'm just going to take a damn poll. Let me just take a poll. And we'll look at some more players as we go too. Hold on. Let me make this poll real quick and I'll let y'all vote on it. Hold on. Laken Tom. All right. Simple yes and no poll. So I got the poll up. Y'all vote. After y'all finish voting, then we'll move on to the next one. Shout out to my boy Numbhand Neil for the $4.99 for your mind, man. He said Ball needs to change his damn name. He does everything but Ball. Nah, you ain't lying, bro. Like Josh Ball is the last name that man needs to have. His name should be Josh Bench, Josh Can't Ball, Josh Fail, something. That man is awful. That man is awful. But hey, there's another thing about our culture. We also have a culture in Dallas where if they like you, they'll play you over guys that outperform you. They'll play you over guys that outperform you. Because how did Josh Ball make the team and Aviante Collins didn't? And I watched with my own two eyes and these glasses right here. I watched Aviante Collins completely outperform Josh Ball in preseason, but yet Josh Ball is here. That's the culture. That's the culture. You play political games. The best guy don't always start. You don't win a bunch of games. You ain't gonna win the Super Bowl. Stop it. Stop it. Culture is awful. That's the culture y'all have, man. That's the culture y'all got. They said Ball was good at Florida State, then flopped at Marshall. Man, he did more than just flop. He out there. I also give Josh Ball a hard time because he caught that domestic violence charge. I don't give a damn about saying about him. You can beat up your old lady, but you can't beat up them niggas out there on the field, huh? Said how Josh Ball make the team in Big Country, John. Politics, bro. Politics. 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 That's the culture. The culture is Dallas. It's politics, being cheap. You know, early playoff exits. That's the culture of the Dallas Cowboys since Stephen Jones has been involved. You know, I can't give him credit for nothing that happened before. He was trying to stand in the way of that. So nah. I said Josh the He-Man woman hater ball. Yeah, man. Let go of Isaiah Land, even though you needed Isaiah. Isaiah Land balled, man. Isaiah Land. Man, we definitely could have used Isaiah Land. Maybe Isaiah Land would have been that pass rusher that Sam Williams not. Maybe he would have been that. Maybe he would have been the guy to not have a bunch of bullshit bonehead penalties at the most inopportune time and actually be productive and help Michael Parsons out. Maybe Isaiah Land could have been that. Maybe Isaiah Land could have been that. It said Mozzie gains back his 50 pounds in a trip. Big Country, Big Hank, and Mozzie could have been nice. Man, I don't know. Who asked him to do that? Man, Stephen Jones is a dummy. I'm good on Stephen Jones. They said, what did Land do in the coach? They picked him up. I don't believe they even played Isaiah Land. I don't think Isaiah Land even played. Let me take a look at my boy Isaiah. I don't think he played much football. Let me PFF it. If he took any snaps, he'll show it. Isaiah Land only played 12. You know what's crazy? Isaiah Land only had 19 pass rushing snaps, and he still had a sack, 2 tackles, 2 assists, and he graded out as a 70. So he barely played, and he still made an impact. Like in the limited opportunity they gave Isaiah Land, he made something happen. So imagine if you gave Isaiah Land, I don't know, 300 pass rushing attempts. Imagine you give him opportunities to impact the game. Imagine if you give him opportunities to go crazy. Man, y'all gonna stay off Isaiah Land, man. But what's up with you though, Choctaw? Thank you for tapping in, my boy. All right, so let's move on. All right, man, let me shake the poll. Let me check this poll. Yeah, y'all get those votes in on the poll, man. I'm finna get ready to end the mother. I'm gonna give y'all about another 60 seconds on the poll. And then we'll move on to the next person. Chris Graham, what's up, man? All right, we're gonna go ahead and end the poll. All right, so we voted. 64% said yeah, they wouldn't mind getting Laken Tomlinson. Okay. Like I said, it's not really about if he's going to be an all-world this or all-world that. Is he better than somebody on your team? If he's better than Chuma Edoga, shit, make it happen. That's really the role I would want him in. So let's talk about another name. I'm not even gonna bring the graphic up, but I'm just gonna bring up his stats. All right. He said, I can snap Stephen Jones away if you want. Go ahead, snap him away, Thanos. Cowboys, Thanos, go ahead, snap Cuz away, man. I'm done with him. So this is the next player we're going to look at. That's going to be a cap casualty. The one and only Shaq Barrett. Shaq Barrett, folks. Edge rusher. And I want y'all to remember this, man. I want y'all to remember this. Hold on. The Dallas Cowboys are not likely to bring back Dante Fowler. They are not likely to bring back Dorrance Armstrong. Right, so they're finna miss some guys that have been providing. So I've been sitting here, he said, hold on, I've been sitting here listening, laughing at how upset the fans are. Man, listen, Stephen Jones is gonna make me punch, man. You're gonna run my blood pressure up again thinking about it. You run my blood pressure up again thinking about it, but yeah, man. What Stephen Jones said was completely off the mark, and it bothers me because you cannot fix a problem that you won't admit that you have, bro. Folks that don't think they have a drinking problem don't stop drinking, man. Folks that don't know they crackheads ain't gonna stop smoking crack. So how Stephen Jones gonna fix a cultural problem that he refused to realize is there? Lawrence King, Stephen Jones said the Dallas Cowboys don't have a cultural problem. He said there's nothing wrong with the culture. There's nothing wrong with the culture. Nigga, please. Listen, the Dallas Cowboys have a losing culture. This iteration, right? This iteration of the Dallas Cowboys have a losing culture. They're losers. They don't win shit. They don't even act like they finna win shit. They are straight up losers. They're my team. I love them. I jump on the train. I drink the Kool-Aid year in and year out, right? Year in and year out, drink the damn Kool-Aid. But guess what? They still ain't won a damn thing. And really, when you look back to when Stephen Jones was actually really involved, we damn sure ain't won nothing. Yeah, like the 90s Cowboys had a culture. The 70 Cowboys had a culture. Exactly, Lawrence King. Exactly, bro. Like we got a cultural problem. We got a cultural problem. But yeah, man, this is how Shaq graded out this year game by game, and this is how he graded out overall this year. Still 75.3 overall grade, which was great. 69.9 tackle grade, 84.5 pass rush grade. Coverage grade wasn't great, but he did, give them 5 sacks. He had 7 quarterback hits, 37 hurries, a batted pass, 32 tackles, 21 defensive stops. I like Shaq, man. I like Shaq. It might be I don't know. It might be y'all because I still see the screen. Said defense must get a real linebacker room and interior lineman. They do. They need all that. They need all that. Everything that you name is something that they need. So man, Shaq Barrett is a good player, man. Like Shaq Barrett's a good player. I'm not saying he's the same player that he was. That would be misinformation, right? I'm not trying to push an agenda or anything. He's 31 years old. He's not the same player he was when he was helping Tampa Bay win a Super Bowl. Right? He's not the same guy that ended up with 17 and a half sacks for 1 year. No, I'm sorry. 19 and a half sacks. He had 19 and a half sacks a couple years ago. He's not that same guy. He's not. But what I will say is Shaq Barrett can fill the role left behind by Dante Fowler. He can fill the role left behind by Dorrance Armstrong. The question will be the money. If he still wants starting caliber money, of course not, right? Because Dollar Bill Jones ain't gonna do it. But if he wants to come be a rotational piece, if he wants to come fill that void that we had, if he want to come and try to compete for a title, I wouldn't mind having Shaq Barrett. And just to give you a rundown on his career, he's a 2-time Super Bowl champion. He won with the Broncos, and he's won with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's a 1-time All-Pro. He made second team All-Pro in 2019. He's a 2-time Pro Bowler, and he's also the recipient of the Deacon Jones Award. Which goes to every player that leads the league in sacks. Said the real issue is the Jones family being complacent with early playoff exits. As long as we win or the division every couple of years is particularly comical. Yeah, man. So I'm gonna do one for Shaq Barrett. For Shaq Barrett, would y'all want Shaq Barrett to be a Dallas Cowboy? Would y'all mind having Shaq Barrett as a Dallas Cowboy, filling in that rotational pass rusher role? Let me make this poll. My boy Not Out said yes. Yeah, y'all go ahead and vote. We'll get the votes in and then we'll wrap it up. We've been on here for an hour, and my apologies. That rant took a large portion of the show. If the Neil Hunter want to come play at the right price, I'm sure they'll make it work. But if the Neil Hunter wants $20+ million, he ain't gonna get him. He said, what about Clowney? Is he a free agent? Let me see. Yeah, it looked like he is a free agent. $31 years old. Yeah, he's an unrestricted free agent this year. Let me see what Clowney did last year. Let me pull up his stats real quick. All right, so he had 9.5 sacks, 24 solo tackles, 2 forced fumbles. So, hey, they got bang for their buck with the boy. He said, so no D-Law, huh? D-Law on the contract. Yeah, D-Law on the contract. He'll be back. He'll be back. But we're gonna lose 2 pass rushers. That's why I'm looking at edges, because we'll lose Dorrance Armstrong, we'll lose Dante Fowler. So if we gotta fill those holes, I would rather fill them with some veteran rotational guys that got some skins on the wall. Said, don't think C. Jones will be. Nah, Chris Jones is gonna stay in Kansas City, and continue to try and win championships. Like, he love it. Why would he uproot his family and everything to come to Dallas or anywhere else? Honestly, like, that man ain't trying to go nowhere. Get a couple more votes in, and then we'll wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap the poll up in 60 seconds along with the show. Said Hunter's a great fit too because he's a Zimmer guy. Yep. He already know what to expect. He already knows the level of intensity to play with, and he can help people with the scheme. He still remember that scheme, so. All right, let's see. Polls up. All right. 90% of y'all said y'all would take the boy Shaq Barrett. So, hey, we got 2 yeses. 2 yeses on both Cap Casualty candidates. So we got a yes on Laken Tomlinson. We got a yes on Shaquille Barrett. All right, no, we could have had Brent Urban still on this team too. There was really no reason to let boy go. Sad when you think about it. But yep. All right, well, we done had our show, man. We've been on here for 1 hour and 8. Appreciate y'all for the love, the support, rocking with your boy. Even though I done ran my blood pressure all the way to hell up, talking about these raggedy ass Dallas Cowboys. Thank y'all for supporting. I will be back live sometime tomorrow. But just tap in, make sure you got your notifications turned on. If you ain't joined the channel yet, hit the sub button. We're trying to get to 2,000 subs. And again, appreciate y'all for everything. Appreciate y'all for the love. And I'll get at y'all.